Hesitation leads to your downfall. No, actually, stress or hesitation leads to stress that therefore brings you to your downfall, making you like shot yourself by hesitating. You are shooting yourself in the leg, like that famous term. But many of the decisions are like, even on the small point where you're rationalizing on the test or an exam, what answer should you take? Even to the smallest scale, it can like make you go insane. And like, for example, I didn't go today at school. I came here instead, as you can see, and I found it peaceful here. I tried to do like pull-ups, and I couldn't do it because I have small injury on my right hand, right tendonitis, and which is right where the forearm and where the bicep ends and the forearm starts. And that is because I do weighted calisthenics and like calisthenics skills, so it is basically expected for me to kind of get that injury. I'd never got actually injured before, maybe like a few times when I was doing high reps, like when I was pushing the limit too far, but that is like not the case. That it wasn't anything significant of any kind. And I'm jumping from topics here and there, but that is, hesitation is like, right now I'm hesitating because I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm at my final year at high school. I'm about to turn 19 in the next month, and I am applying for my driving license because I should have like done that a year ago. It would be if I chose the do it earlier, it will mean a lot to me right now. But I guess I was creating content which I thought at the time would like get me to kind of grow on Instagram in a few months, which is unrealistic to someone who is all alone trying to do it by himself without any mentor or some kind of help on the sides. And basically, if you're hesitating like I am right now, you are not the degenerate part of the degeneracy in that is present in among your peers, then you are sentenced to loneliness. Because if you hesitate, you are not choosing really anything. You are not choosing degeneracy, or you're not choosing the virtuous lifestyle, being digital nomad or living off of laptop. So you're basically somewhere in the middle where everyone is kind of shitting on you because you're hesitating. I read the Revelations in I think Revelations 3rd chapter, 11th or 12th verse. I don't know. I know it's only like 3rd chapter. It says like, I think it says, I hate I think Jesus is talking he's talking about one of the 7 churches in like in the Minor Asia, that's today's Turkey, and he's talking about like, I hate those lukewarm Christians, the Christians that are not striving for grace, striving for the word, striving for peace, striving for virtue, but are somewhere in the middle, somewhere in like trying to get the benefits of both sides, which is impossible, because it is stated in Matthew 6th chapter 24th verse, I think at the end. It is said like you'll either serve me, or it is, I think, Jesus saying it, or yeah, you'll either serve me, that is God, or serve one of the seven, Mamona, I think. It is one of the seven princes of hell, or princes, one of the seven devils in the Christian theology, which means that particular Mammon, that particular demon is associated with greed for money. So basically, you can serve one master and hate the other one. You can serve both masters, and one will either love one will either love you, and the other will hate you, and the opposite also counts. But I am associated. I need to, and what I have to. My answer is to that all of these two verses that I mentioned. It is that I have a lot of things, a lot of unfinished business, and now God generated the answer in Luke 6th chapter, I think 50 something, no 9th chapter. Excuse me, Luke 9:50 something. 50 from the verse 50 to 60, I think. Someone among the crowd said like, "Hey Jesus, can I can I hold a funeral for my father?" And he said, I think Jesus said, "Let the dead people hold funerals for dead people." Like, and that hit me, And I'm like that one person who asked Jesus that same particular question in Luke 9. But yet, I had a lot of troubles to get through my theory test in driving school. It took me like few months because the school is cheap. The school is like, I don't know, I don't want to say terrible, but it is the cheapest out there, And I had to wait a lot of time because of the rules, the regulations, the laws. And I barely passed. I was doing it for the 4 months. I practiced like simulations of the test, which I could do like in basically 1 month, but everyone was, the circumstances were that it took me like that time, and because I failed one class subject, and I had to go like to the exam to kind of go to the next year, the current year that I'm currently going to. It is my last year at high school, and unnecessarily, because I am dealing with troublesome people that are kind of toxic teachers, toxic environment, people that are kind of being my professors or teachers are, some of them are kind of nice, while some of them are the questionable people. So yeah, basically it took me like a lot of time, like 1 year. It took me almost 1 year to get my driving license, because I started in August the previous year, and I will probably finish it like in June, July. Imagine doing that for 1 year. That is kind of exhausting, because the theory test took so long, and the driving practices, driving practice sessions took like, I can do mostly like 1 or 2 of them a week, because the instructor is doing like 3 jobs at the same time, and he can't like make it. He can't like go any faster. Like if I had like two sessions a week, it will be like a great week for like driving practice. But instead, most of the time I got only like one. And now imagine we have right now in the next month it will be Easter, and Easter holidays for Catholics and Orthodox Christians, and there will be no like time for me to, or little to no time to kind of get it on time. But yeah, that's basically the only reason, that is the only thing that is holding me on, because I need to kind of get that driving license to get to be to legitimize myself as a driver of cars. Because in America, I've heard that like from the age of 16, America, I love America for those single. The fact is that I kind of adore that America has those kind of rules, like regulations, that you can like apply for driving for car driving from the age of 16. They don't have like classes for driving classes like I have. I had 40 theoretical sessions and 40 driving oh wait I had like 20 driving practice sessions, like that, 60 sessions in total. But in America, I think it's a lot different, a lot better in fact, and they do it like 2 to 3 years earlier than they have. The law is said that you can do it 2 to 3 years earlier than here. What someone said, like when I told that to someone else, they said you can't drink alcohol like until you're 21. Like alcohol is, it doesn't like, drinking alcohol like isn't worth it. Like I think it is, it should be like, maybe that's like totally fine for it to be at like for 21, because America, I hope it's supposed to be an American Christian country, because the foundation, the founding the fathers of no the founders of America, the foundation fathers set the country to be based on Christianity. And yeah, I don't know if I should go to uni, because I need to see the opportunity present itself to me. Yeah, that is the same. That is literally like saying I need to see yourself, show yourself to me, Jesus, like as a God, not as a human. Like that uncertainty, that faith. I should be led by faith, not by the facts. But that is hard. That is the hardest thing to kind of consider. To be led by faith, not by facts. I currently am fasting a biblical fast for, I think I'll try to do like 3 days of biblical fast, because like no water, no food, because I need it the most right now. As you've seen, like I'm spewing a lot of a lot of like toxic spit, I guess. I noticed that like recently. Yeah, I should decide something, and hesitation will like lead me to be disrespected by both sides, by my parents and by the like environment that kind of presented itself to me forcefully, that I was forced into, and the environment that I want to get into, and the kind of lifestyle that I want to have. That is I don't know on what note do I end the video, but literally, I have realized that is one of my biggest disadvantages, or maybe like cons in my decisions and choices that I make on a daily basis. Not a single, but yeah, it is hard. It is hard to not be hesitant, especially like in my defense. I'm going to say that I couldn't talk to anybody about this, because nobody is in any kind of situation like I am in, like I am currently. I have the only one that I can talk to is God, really. But sometimes in, like someone would say, like ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is more like my enemy. The ChatGPT and the AI softwares are more like my enemy than my spiritual enemy. More, I think I lost my rhetoric skills to talk. But anyways, I see those AI softwares more as an spiritual enemy and spiritual adversary than like a friend in Christ, or friend in my my fellow, like a tool to kind of help me through. Then some of the times, like Satan and all the other demons are serving themselves with facts, or serving their followers with conscious or unconscious. They're serving them with facts, and that's why most of the science is secular, while Jesus and the company of apostles and God himself, they are mostly following that kind of narrative with faith. So yeah, I'll figure something out, I hope. And in like a few years, I'll maybe watch this again, and kind of with someone else that I met during the path that I chose, and we'll see. It's kind of getting cold out here, and I'm kind of getting that itchiness, because my body is trembling from the cold. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. Yeah, people. I don't know. I hope at least someone watches this and kind of thinks to himself, relates to this somehow, somewhere, and yeah. And God bless you, fellow brother of Christ, and peace. I'll talk to you, I guess, in a few days again.